lame. This could be lame, let's be honest. But at the same time, that makes it cool.
So here's a little bit of backstory. Yoda Cage is from Philly, and a player named Kanoka actually came back and started wreaking havoc on the scene. He started playing Ryu, and every single time that they've played, I believe that Kanoka has beaten Yoda Cage. So what we have here is Yoda Cage is a little bit uncomfortable with the matchup, but he knows it. He knows the ins and outs of it. It's just going to be up to Tenga to adapt a little bit faster than Yoda Cage, because Yoda Cage is coming in with an inherent advantage.
Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we have a Ryu who does not know the Bowser Jr. matchup, probably. Although Tenga did play a bit of Wi-Fi, like quite a bit over quarantine. I don't know.
You can get some Bowser.
You can get some Bowser. There's some like
they've got discount spin dash. You'll see some.
Yeah, but mostly it's just going to be a lot of Hadouken.
It has to be. Shaku breaks side B, I believe, because it's a multi-hit. So that can be invaluable to the matchup. It's just going to be a way of Yoda Cage mixing up his approaches enough to where Tenga is just kind of left reeling. I don't think he has a jump off stage, so he's going to get caught. The uppy is going to come below the stage and get Yoda Cage off the platform, or off the ledge, which is exactly what Tenga needed. Nope.
I don't think that was meant to be a Hadouken.
I don't think so as well, because yeah, that was a little bit weird, but man, Tenga's just been having to play on this ledge the entire time because Yoda Cage has so much control over this character, but once you get 1 or 2 hits, that's all you really need is Ryu. That's like 50%, you're dead. Good job. You interacted with me one too many times.
Yeah, especially with the low commitment options that Ryu has. Character that moves around is oh, he's dead.
Oh, you're gone.
Yeah. Probably trying to go pick it up, I imagine.
Yeah, it's so weird with a move. It's not like a regular like a banana or a gyro. It's moving. But you just gotta account for that.
In the back, no, yeah, destroy you out of shield. Can't even do the input out of shield, so you have to just do straight up B. But
I wonder if you can jump cancel it.
Maybe.
That would be OD. I mean, that's for the show domain, so no, I don't know anything about this character other than like the inputs. That's it.
Yeah. Anything off it? No, but going to get side B up B.
And that's what you get with like character specialists like Yoda Cage. So you'll get a really weird interaction, and they know exactly what you're going to do because they've seen it a million times. You have never been in that situation before, but they know what you're going to do. So Yoda Cage is so good off of getting so much off so little. That's what character specialists do at the end of the day, and that's how they need to thrive. Because Bowser Jr., not the biggest character in the meta because they're big, they're heavy, but they're still good at the end of the day because they have discount spin dash, and they have one of the best combo games in the game.
Yeah, and also on a character like against a character like Ryu, who does not have much to get back off stage, Bowser Jr. has a lot of aerials just throw out a lingering hitbox.
Yeah, that fair is just so belligerent. All you have to do is just like swing it off stage. He's waving at you, and then you die. Next thing you know, you're dead. He's not going to go for anything off that extension. I think he was expecting an air dodge, but just a little bit out of position to convert off of it. But you're still in a really good position. He goes for the jump back air, but he's not going to give it to him. It's such a scary position to be in against Ryu, but if you give Yoda Cage like situations like that where he can just go back to center stage, it's a little bit rough. You need to keep him at the ledge as much as possible because that's where Bowser Jr. is inherently the weakest.
I did like that jab from Yoda Cage, not committing to another option. Jab kind of not exactly the fastest jab in the in the game, but
it's the angriest jab, I'll tell you that much. Aside from Roy and Crom, it's down tilt, Shoryuken is definitely going to be the stock right there. Tenga is sitting at 100%. However, we know it's been for 2 games we have known what Shotos have been able to do with Rage. He's going to focus through that. He gets it this time. I think
the run it back.
Yeah, that's the angry run it back. You're like, all right, no, there's no more of that. I don't want anything what you're doing. Run it back. And usually when people run it back like that, they think it's themselves that they need to like counterpick, which is inherently a pretty good idea when it comes to it. But if you give somebody like their comfort pick, because PS2 is a pretty big stage. Bowser Jr. likes pretty big stages. So yeah, you can make some changes. However, it's going to come down to changing yourself and adapting as a player, and I think Tenga kind of got a grip on it at the very end of the game, but it's a little bit too little too late. So let's see if he can actually make those adjustments in game number 2.
Yeah, and we can see the up airs are... It's insane how much damage a Bowser Jr.
He's at 69. What happened? I blinked. I thought he hit 2 up airs.
He's at 88 right now.
So belligerent.
A little bit of rage on but okay, so Mecha Koopa does go underneath the Hadouken, which I feel like I think he probably should have picked up on that in the first game, because he's just been trying to use like Hadouken at mid ranges, but but the Mecha Koopa so
it's just so low profile. Like a lot of Hadouken is inherently not that. It's like a very small hitbox for what it is visually, and that's just gonna play against certain characters because a character can crouch under it, they can crawl towards you, and that's the last thing you want when you're a laggy move like Hadouken. And the last place you want to be against Yoda Cage is in the Yoda Cage on this ledge, but the Shakunetsu is gonna break him out forcefully. Can Tenga get this? Yep, the down tilt Shoryu is gonna connect, and he brought it pretty much back to even off of how much of a like a combo heavy start that he went off to. He's brought this pretty much back.
Yep. See, nice focus and the fade out, definitely allowing him to get back on stage a little bit easier, but can't spot dodge that.
One of Yoda Cage's best aspects is he knows how to like mix up his timings. Like Bowser Jr. inherently has a lot of pressure. Oh no, no way you're doing that. No way you're doing that to him on stream, brother.
It's one of those things where at that point, you know that you're going to get punished for it, so you might as well just hold out as long as you can and see if they mess up first.
It's just you kind of have to like disengage, because I think that Bowser Jr. has like a vortex where he's like hovering above you. Like, you know how like DDD or Meta Knight just hover above you inherently all the time. You kind of just have to get out of the situation. You're like, all right, you can have that bit of stage, but he says, you know what? You can have that the clown cart for your trouble. I rarely see that thing connect, but against Ryu, I don't think he has many options to get around it, especially since it's like technically a multi-hit.
Yeah, and at that point, like you have to go up, nowhere but up at that point. You're way too low to potentially side B. You didn't have your jump back, so you couldn't get around it.
I think Tenga's trying to force the situations too much. You saw him nair out a disadvantage, and I say Bowser Jr.'s up air is basically Mario up air. I think he DI'd out. I think he was done. He already got up by the time that, like, Ryu's a heavy boy. He would have lived that. However, I think he was, like, mentally not very happy with fighting Yoda Cage, because that is an annoying matchup.
I got to go up. That was,
hey,
I was
it was
cover for one game and one set, but I got to go up and play. But yeah, Tenga just got, I know, couldn't play a distance game as well, and Yoda Cage punished him for it. And
like I said at the start, I mean, Yoda Cage has been doing grinding this matchup super heavily with Sandstorm, with Kanoka. He just knew a lot going into that set. Oop, careful, careful, careful. It's your cord. There it is. I just unplug your phone real quick. And there we go, a little bit of wiring work, and we are up to it. It looks like we have the other Stretch on stream right now. Not Stretch Wii Fit Trainer, but instead Stretch Marth Cena. He played in Squad Strikes earlier today. I actually did play him in doubles earlier, and he is very proficient with this character. Oh, it's going to be Nick District versus Stretch. This is going to be fun. Ayo. So I believe these two, actually, no, fun fact, these two played in Squad Strike on stream earlier. It's fated that they meet each other once again. So I believe we're going to see, I know that Steve did pretty well in Squad Strike. I think it's 3 stocked Stretch game 1, but that's Squad Strike, so it's whatever. But the Wii Fit Trainer inherently closed out the set.